Hello everyone, welcome to Reading Time with NaturalGForce. Today, we are going to be taking a quiet look at the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series X when it comes to hardware. Because obviously, we don't know much about software. So, I'm gonna probably throw this up on the screen about now. And I'm just going to be reading it off my screen, and we are going to have a nice, lovely time comparing the two consoles. Let's start with price. The PlayStation 5 currently does not have a price. Neither does the Xbox Series X. That's not really a surprise, considering that they're both probably going to try to undercut each other. So if Microsoft announces the Xbox at $500, Sony might be like, hey, you want to try $450 or $400 or something, and vice versa. Both of their release dates come somewhere in holiday of 2020. It supposedly hasn't been delayed into next year. They're both going to have They're both going to have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, which is going to be nice considering that, even though more things are moving to streaming, it's still nice to be able to watch 4K DVDs and such. Game DVR, neither of them have any information about that yet. They both are going to have 16 gigs of GDDR6 RAM, which is nice. Glad it's not 8. And then memory bandwidth for the PlayStation 5, it runs in as 448 gigabytes per second. Actually, it might be gigabits. Gigabytes per It's either 448 gigabytes per second or 56 gigabytes per second, because 1 gigabit is 1/8 of a gigabyte, whatever. And then 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes per second for the Xbox Series X, and 6 gigabytes at 335. Their CPUs, both of them have 8 Zen 2 cores. The PlayStation 5 runs at 3.5 gigahertz. The Xbox Series X runs at 3.8 gigahertz, but 3.6 with smart delivery. And then GPU. This is my favorite part. The PlayStation 5 has a custom AMD Radeon RDNA Navi 10.28 teraflop with 36... I don't even know if that's CUDA cores. At 2.23 gigahertz with ray tracing and 3D audio. And then the Xbox Series X has a custom AMD Radeon RNDA Navi. Those are different. 12 teraflop, 52 CUDA cores at 1.825 gigahertz, and it supports DirectX ray tracing. Xbox is at a lower clock rate, but it's got more cores and also higher teraflops. The GPU shader, PlayStation 5, we have nothing on it. Xbox, we have variable rate shading, prioritizing individual shading aspects. Data transfer speed through the I/O. You've got 5.5 gigabytes per second raw and 8 to 9 gigabytes per second compressed for the PlayStation 5. Then you've got 2.4 gigabytes per second raw and 4.8 for the Xbox, so it's about half as slow, but it still ends up coming out to be in gigabytes per second. Storage, you have a custom 825 gigabyte SSD for the PlayStation 5. I don't understand why they didn't just do a terabyte. And 1 terabyte NVMe SSD for the Xbox. And external storage, you've got an NVMe SSD slot and USB hard disk drive support for the PlayStation 5, and you have a Seagate proprietary external 1 terabyte SSD expansion card, which looks really cool, and USB 3.2 hard disk drive support. And then neither of them have any information on removable hard drive, cloud storage, play as you download, remote download, account access for multiple consoles, mandatory game installs, required internet connection, or digital game sharing or gifting. But the Xbox has confirmed that there will not be a used game fee. And then backwards compatibility, PlayStation 5 has a couple of PS4 games. I've heard a couple hundred, I'm not completely sure, with PSVR, and then the Xbox Series X is Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and all of the accessories, which I like. And streaming game service, maybe Remote Play on PS5, which isn't that great, or Project X Cloud on Xbox Series X, which is... Okay, and you can support multiple games at once. You can just swap between them on Xbox Series X. There's nothing for the PlayStation 5 right now. You've got no confirmed details on cross-game chat, motion controls, second screens, voice commands, and then obviously for subscription services, you've got PS Plus for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Live. When it comes to some of the I/O with USB, there's nothing confirmed for the PS5, but for the Xbox, you've got on the front one Type-A USB port, and on the rear you have a 1TB external SSD slot, which is what I think is the proprietary SSD expansion card from Seagate. Not completely sure. Neither of them have any confirmed details for live streaming, reputation preservation. Xbox has confirmed Ethernet, PS5 does not. Xbox has confirmed Bluetooth plus radio connection for their controllers. PS5 does not have anything confirmed. Neither of them have confirmed Wi-Fi Direct for a device connection, which Google Stadia controller uses Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool. For AV hookups, you've got 8K support for the PS5, and then you've got native 4K for the Xbox Series X, 8K support, and 2 HDMI 2.1 ports. And then neither of them have confirmed IR, power supply, NFC communication, and neither of them are confirmed to be region locked or not. What's cool is both of their controllers are also out as well, so we're going to take a look at that too. So for the PlayStation 5, we have the PS5 DualShock wireless controller. For the Xbox Series X, you've got the Xbox Series X wireless controller, and the Xbox One controller is compatible as well. So you can use like your Elite controllers, for example. They're compatible here. For the PlayStation 5, the controller features haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and built-in microphone array. Haptic feedback, obviously, like vibrations, etc. Adaptive triggers, they can make the triggers feel like you're pulling a bow or like a gun or something. It can change how hard you have to press or the tensile strength or whatever. And with the Xbox Series X, you have haptic feedback as well, a hybrid D-pad. So it's one of those satellite dish where it's got deep different spots. You've got dynamic latency input, so it tries to adjust to the latency input, etc. And it's also got Bluetooth low energy pairing, so you can also pair to your computer, your phone, all of that. For content sharing, you've got the create button, and social platforms have not been announced for the PS5. For the Xbox Series X, you've got the share button, and social platforms have also not been announced. Both of them are headset compatible, but the Xbox Series X is confirmed backwards compatible. One thing that really sucks for the Xbox is the PlayStation 5 has a rechargeable internal battery, but the Series X is still running off of AA batteries. Might want to get that fixed. PlayStation 5 charges via USB Type-C, Xbox Series X also charges via USB Type-C, but it doesn't come with a built-in rechargeable battery. Neither of them have confirmed motion